Hello, and welcome to the heart of Riyadh. We are delighted to have all our Asian friends join us for this launch of our campaign to host the Asian Games for the first time in Saudi Arabia. Yesterday, we successfully submitted our candidature file to the Olympic Council of Asia. Today, we will present an overview of those files. We wish we could host you in person today, but we all understand the impact of the coronavirus pandemic. The Saudi Arabian Olympic Committee stands in solidarity with our colleagues throughout the Asian sports movement. Athletes, sports federations, NOCs, clubs, sponsors, media, and other sports businesses, which continue to suffer the devastating effects of this global health crisis. We believe that the host of the Asian Games 2030 will carry an important responsibility to provide financial strength and certainty to support the ongoing great work of the OCA all over Asia, and to offer a light of hope and pathway to a better future. Indeed, this is a responsibility borne by our colleagues from Hangzhou 2022 Asian Games, Bangkok Chonburi 2021 Asian Indoor Games, and Shantou 2021 Youth Asian Games. And of course, by Tokyo 2020 and Beijing 2022, on behalf of the entire world. That Asia will also host the next two Olympic Games reminds us what incredible progress our movement has made over recent years. And we must not go back. Now more than ever, this crisis compels us to find new ways of doing things. Digital acceleration demands that sports reinvents old models. This year, the world has seen the fundamental role of sports in human health and social progress. Now is the time to move forward, to tell new stories, and change paradigm. Our vision for the Asian Games Riyadh 2030 is connecting to Saudi Arabia's own journey of transformation. This is a journey already begun and set out in our country's Vision 2030 strategy. The emphasis is on opening up Saudi Arabia to the world, to new global visitors and investors, with greater economic, social, and cultural diversification. In parallel, we are working to improve the lives of generations of residents by creating truly inspirational new spaces and experiences. We will share some examples today. Sports is a pillar of this plan because sports is a powerful force in our country. In normal times, thousands of passionate fans fill Saudi sports venues every week. And sports has created defining moments in the history and progress of our nation. None more so ever than the medal won by Delma Malhas as an equestrian athlete at the first Youth Olympic Games. This bid, therefore, is more than just a bid. This bid is the dream of a nation. The project is ambitious, but it is also responsible. In developing the game plan for Riyadh 2030, we have adhered to one clear principle: excellence, not extravagance. This is how we translate the requirements of a new era in sports events hosting. It means no waste, a clear community legacy, and an environmentally sustainable plan. It means using mainly existing venues with no new infrastructure investment except where there is a need. It also means bringing creativity and technological innovation to optimize the Asian Games experience for all participants. Our aim is to generate value across full breadth of the Games, with innovative products, new platforms, and tailored experience for every group. This starts with the athletes, who will be accommodated to the center of a 4-zone concept, designed to minimize travel time and maximize convenience. The Games plan will benefit from the recent and planned constructions of world-class sports facilities in the center of Riyadh. It's part of the city's ongoing transformation, alongside outdoor events and live sites will be set against a stunning backdrop of ancient and ultra-modern landmarks. Riyadh 2030 will provide athletes, partners, media, and viewers across Asia and the world with a spectacular new landscape and a new story to discover. My colleagues here today will tell you more. First, I wish to invite Her Royal Highness Princess Rima, Saudi Arabia's IOC member, to give her own message via video from Washington, D.C., where she serves as ambassador to the United States.
The year 2030 will mark a major milestone in our country's vision for the future, and hosting the Asian Games fits perfectly with our aspirations as a nation. We in the Kingdom are ready to welcome the world. I speak as a member of the International Olympic Committee, and as a Saudi, and as a woman. As an IOC member, I represent Saudi Arabia's long-standing commitment to the Olympic movement and its values. As a Saudi, I can attest to the passion for the sport that flows through our kingdom, which can be seen in our sellout venues and medal successes in a growing range of competitions. As a woman, I know the opportunity that this bid represents for the future of generations of young girls. Sports are already an important factor in our changing world for women in our country. Today, you'll hear from Delma Malhas, who left her mark on history by winning Saudi Arabia's first ever medal at an Olympic event, the Singapore Youth Olympic Games, exactly 10 years ago. Delma's success has changed perceptions. It's opened the doors for thousands of young women and girls to participate in sports. Since 2010, the numbers of female participants have grown across a wide range of sports. And today, 80% of the country's federations include female members, not only as athletes, but also as board members. What matters now for the next 10 years is that we continue to grow this progress. And with more female athletes and more opportunities for women to participate economically in our growing sports ecosystem. Imagine the impact of the Asian Games in driving forward this transformation. Imagine the impact of our story on women's sports development across all of Asia. I'm honored to represent the interests of women on the IOC Women in Sports Commission, and I am proud to represent those interests at the center of this bid for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Thank you.
Good evening. As an IOC honorary member, I am honored to start by thanking our Saudi leaders and government for their continuous support of the Olympic movement, and I am happy to congratulate my colleagues at the Riyadh 2030, led by His Royal Highness Prince Abdulaziz, for their dedication and commitment to the bid. We are all passionate about the role of sport in society. The Vision 2030 Quality of Life program aims to achieve a 40% increase in weekly participation in sports. At the same time, we aim to improve the performance of our nation elite athletes and return to the top list of medal-winning NOCs in the upcoming Asian Games. Riyadh 2030 will give a huge momentum to this crucial sport and social project. This will be the most important pillar of our comprehensive sustainability and legacy program for the Asian Game in 2030. I am proud to say that Hadi Souan, Saudi's first Olympic medalist for Sydney 2000, is heading this program, aiming to secure another historical moment for Saudi Arabia and for Asia. And once again, we believe the impact will be felt for generations. Thank you.
My dear friends from Asian Olympic Committees, Riyadh 2030 is our commitment to upholding the value of Olympism and supporting the shift towards more sustainable and socially responsible games. Sustainable and responsible games mean maximum use of existing venues. Today, we are speaking from the heart of Riyadh Historical District. Here we are surrounded by a world-class existing venues in our plan. In 2030, the historical zone will include the venues of athletics, gymnastics, rugby 7, and track cycling. Meanwhile, Center Giddiya zone will host the main stadium, aquatic center, as well as the cricket venue. The athlete village will be located right in the center of the map. I know from my latest experience as a chef de mission in Jakarta 2018 Asian Games how much this benefits athletes and facilitate games operations. Our plan is fully costed, responsible, and achievable. It has been developed with the help of leading international sports experts working with a group of young and ambitious Saudis. I'm honored to lead this team, which only a few months ago were fully prepared to deliver the first ever Saudi National Games. Many have also helped in organize the dozen of global sports events in Saudi Arabia in recent years. Together, we are now determined to bring the Asian Games to the first time to Saudi Arabia. And we are fortunate to enjoy the support of a board of a coalition of a government and institutional partners. Riyadh 2030 is also their dream. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. On behalf of all of us and all the athletes of Saudi Arabia, my name is Delma Melhas, and I'm an equestrian. My public profile started with my bronze medal at the 2010 Youth Olympic Games in Singapore. And that was the beginning of a great ongoing adventure in show jumping. I could not have achieved any of this were it not for my parents and especially my mother. Her name is Arwam Tabbagani. She has been a leading figure in the development of equestrian sports in Saudi Arabia. In 2008, she became the first female member of the board of the Saudi Equestrian Federation. When people call me a pioneer, I think about my mother and the chain of progress that made my achievements possible. My inspirations also include those Saudi athletes that came before me, the trailblazers who set a course of success for generations to follow. You heard about Hadi Su'an, and I'm delighted he's with us now, still inspiring as we strive to succeed with Riyadh 2030. Hadi, would you join us and say a few words with us?
Thank you, Delma. 20 years ago, I accomplished my lifelong dream and won a medal at Sydney 2000. But Saudi Arabia has its own dream now, and that is the Asian Games in 2030. I am so proud to be working on this bit to advance our legacy planning with a new generation of talent athletes who represent our future. This new generation now inspire me even more to succeed with Riyadh 2030. Thank you, Delma.
Thank you, Hadi. The bronze medal in 2010 changed my life, but its impact was much greater. It opened minds, it opened opportunities for thousands of women and girls. And as time goes by, those thousands will inspire millions more. If that's the impact of a single medal, imagine the impact of a first ever Asian Games in Saudi Arabia. In 2030, it will be 20 years since I made history as a female athlete competing in Olympic sport. Where will we be 20 years on from then? Where will I be 20 years on? My goal is that the answer is in Riyadh, competing for a medal at the Asian Games in front of thousands of passionate fans at the center of a modern global city. This is a vision that I am proud to represent on behalf of future generations of Saudi Arabian daughters. Thank you.
Transforming the future. This is not just a slogan. It is a reality in Saudi Arabia, where our Vision 2030 commitments are already driving progress at an incredible speed. Progress in business, in construction, in society, and progress in sports, as you have seen. With new sports trails and activity spaces, including the world's biggest national park, with programs that have more than doubled female participation over 5 years, and with ever more global sporting events, golf's European Tour, football's Spanish and Italian Super Cup, the Dakar Rally, Formula E, World Championship Boxing, all of them sold out and played in front of passionate fans. We established the Saudi Games with more than 6,000 athletes registered for the first edition. A core mission of this event is to promote Olympic values and spread the spirit of sports in schools and amongst young people, and further embedded a culture of healthy living and active lifestyle into Saudi society. We are serious about sports, and we are serious about the future, modern, open, global. But our aim is not to host the Asian Games as a means to achieve this development. Rather, the Games in 2030 can be a stage to showcase a transformation already underway in Riyadh, and to serve the Asian Olympic movement with the fruits of our investments. For Saudi Arabia, Riyadh 2030 will mark a key milestone in the progress of our nation. It is a new story waiting to be told, an extraordinary story, an important new story. I assure you that this bid is getting the full support of all levels of our Saudi government and also the private sector. I would like to take this opportunity to pay tribute and to thank the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, and the Crown Prince, His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdulaziz, for their tireless and continuous support to accomplish all the dreams and ambitions of the Saudi sports sector. Choosing Riyadh will be another bold step in the spectacular evolution of the Asian Games. We cannot wait to see you in 2030. For now, it is my pleasure to present to you our first Riyadh 2030 film and our logo. Thank you.